So recently I did a video where we went through all the players who had played for England when they'd been playing for West Ham. And in our entire history, since 1911 with George Webb, leading all the way up to Declan Rice in the Euros, currently 43 players have worn the Three Lions shirt whilst also representing West Ham, or vice versa. And so there's a lot of people there who simply haven't got the call up. And so I've looked at all of our record appearances in terms of, people who have played for West Ham in from all the way back from sort of the early 60s onwards. And I've looked at a number of different players. In this list, we haven't included the likes of Marlon Harewood, Ian Pearce, Kevin Nolan and Graham Paddon amongst some. But what I've come up with is a list of 30 players who have never played for England. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell icon so you may receive anytime we put new content on to Miami's 11. So number 30, Harry Redknapp. Harry Redknapp obviously played, as well as managing West Ham, obviously played many games. 175 times he played for the club. He scored 8 goals. He represented England under 18s, but never made the final grade in terms of playing for the first team. Number 29, Stuart Slater. Now, Slate's represented England in many different, in the under-23s and the England B team, which was in existence until 2007, I believe. And obviously, he played 180 times for us, flying winger, 18 goals, but never got the call up to England. Number 28, Eddie Bovington. Eddie Bovington, fantastic player, lovely bloke as well. He played 184 times for the club, scored 2 goals, but never played for England. Number 27, Jack Burkett. So Jack, again, another lovely man. I've spent hours with him, chatting to him. Undefeated at Wembley, I believe he is. And he played 185 times, one more game than Eddie, scoring 4 goals, but never played for England. Number 26, Paul Brush. Paul Brush, first one on the. Is he the first one? First one on the list who we've had on the channel. Lovely man, Paul Brush is. He played 186 times for the club, scored 1 goal, but never wore the 3 Lions in his West Ham career. Number 25, Matty Effrington, another man who we've had on the channel. Matty Effrington represented England under 16s, under 18s, under 20s, and under 21s. He made 195 appearances for the club, 18 goals. Who can forget that double for the Ipswich playoffs in the Championship, but never turned out for the 3 Lions. Number 24, Paul Allen. Paul Allen, the youngest ever player to represent, to make an FA Cup final. Under 21s international, 197 appearances for West Ham, 11 goals, but none for England. Number 23, John Moncur. He's here, he's there, it's everywhere. It's John Moncur. 203 appearances for the club, 9 goals. Surprising also for the early period when he was maybe just joining from Swindon, and he was seen as a very extremely skillful midfielder, so much so that Glenn Hoddle wanted him when he left Swindon to play for Chelsea, but he opted for West Ham. But unfortunately, despite putting the West Ham shirt on over 200 times for the club, never put on the 3 Lions. Number 22, Mark Ward, a star of that 1986, the Boys of 86 team. Wardy was a fantastic player, obviously, tireless winger, 209 appearances for the club, 14 goals, but 0 for the 3 Lions. Number 21, Hayden Mullins. Hayden Mullins, a man who's played more games than we realised. 213 times he played for the club, scored 7 goals, represented England in under 21s, but never represented England in the 3 Lions on the first team. Number 20, Trevor Morley. Another one we've had on the channel. We have Wardy on as well, and John Moncur. We've done quite well. Trevor Morley, 214 appearances for the club, 70 goals, but no appearances for St George and the first team of England. Number 19, David Cross, the original Psycho. Obviously, lovely fella. 224 appearances for the club, 99 goals, but not a single appearance for England somehow. How is that possible? I do not know. Well, I know because he's got crossed hammers on his shirts. Number 18, Martin Allen, the mad dog himself, doing his best Richard Nixon impression there. Representing England under 21s in the early part of his career. 232 appearances for the club, 35 goals, but no appearances for England's first team. Number 17, Alan Dickens, another lovely man, fantastic player, another under 21 international. Made 234 appearances, slightly more than Mad Dog, scored slightly less goals, but none at all. Big zero when it came to playing for England. Number 16, Mervyn Day, one that really surprised me. He played over 237 appearances for West Ham, 0 goals obviously, and 0 appearances for England's first team. Number 15, Pop Robson. Pop Robson represented England under 23 level, I believe, very early on in his career. 255 games, 104 goals. We've been credited, we've interviewed Tony Cottee, we've interviewed David Cross, and they've spoken about how fantastic he was as a role model and how they looked up to him, but he never played for England. Number 14, Kevin Keane. Kevin Keane, how has this man never played for England? 278 appearances, 30 goals, and obviously still involved in the club now in the youth setup, but never once did he pull on the 3 lines at Wembley. Number 13, Tim Breaker. Again, how did this man never play for England? He did represent England under 21s in his career. He made 296 appearances for West Ham, scored 8 goals, and didn't turn out for England. Number 12, George Paris, an England schoolboy when he was a schoolboy. 298 appearances, 18 goals, and the man should have played for England. If anything, as a squad player, he was he played in so many different positions. He would have been ideal for a tournament to turn up because he could have played a number of different positions. Number 11, Pat Holland, over 300 appearances for the club, 304, 32 goals, and not a single one for England. How is that possible? Number 10, Ian Bishop, England B team international. He made, again, same as Pat Holland actually, 304 appearances, 17 goals, but didn't turn up once for England. How is that possible? I do not know. Number 9, John McDowell. John McDowell represented England in the under-23s during his career. He made over 305 appearances for the club, 9 goals, a fantastic defender, but unfortunately never pulled on the England shirt. How? Even just for that hair, how did he never play for England? Number 8, Ronnie Boyce. Again, another guy who made over 300 appearances for the club, 341 appearances, 29 goals, and did not represent England at all. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Number 7, Jeff Pike. A man who's often forgotten about when you talk about, the sort of the 80s, 1980s period, winning the cup in 1980, part of the boys of 86, a fantastic servant for the club, 368 appearances, 41 goals, but no caps at all for England, despite obviously, later on working for the FA. Number 6, Tony Gow. Reg never wore the 3 lines despite playing over 368, same as Parky actually, 368 appearances, scoring 7 goals. He did represent England at under 21 level, and he has got a Premier League winners medal, but never has an England cap. Number 5, John Bond. How has John Bond never played for England? 449 appearances for the club, 39 goals, and not a single appearance for England. Absolutely mental. Number 4, Steve Potts. Not Steve Lomer. Steve Lomer's Northern Ireland, be impressive. Steve Potts, 506 appearances, 1 goal against Hull City. We all know that. The man, if he was 5 inches taller, would have been an England regular. But unfortunately, never wore the 3 lines. Or the US, I believe, either. Because he could have obviously qualified for both. But neither. And obviously, we're just concentrating on England for this one. Number 3, Julian Dix. What can we say about this man? 320. I've bumped Julian up a little bit in the list because I think he's one of the top 3, isn't he? Really, to be honest, who've never played for England. 326 appearances, 65 goals. Now he did represent England in under 21 level. and 2 caps, I believe, for England B. Famously was told by John Gorman, the England assistant coach at the time when it was coming up to 96, I want to say. I can't remember exactly the date, but he was told that he wasn't going to get into England if he basically had a shaved head, and he told him where to go, and never played for England. An absolute crime, particularly where he would have done such a fantastic job, and he would have given 100%. Number 2, Mark Noble. How has this man never got a sniff? I do not know. 527 appearances, something like that. 60 goals. He represented his country under 16, under 17, under 18, under 19, under 20, and under 21. But never a full international cap. Not even in the last season at the Bowling, where arguably he was playing the best football in his career, and arguably was the most informed midfielder, particularly English midfielder in the Premier League. Not even 1 cap. Incredible. And number 1, Billy Bonds. We all know Bill's stats: 799 appearances for the club, 61 goals, and not a single appearance for England. Unbelievable. Obviously, he was called up once, then got injured, but never represented the Three Lions, despite playing almost 800 games for West Ham. Absolutely incredible. And that's my list. Have I missed anyone out? If you think so, please let me know in the comments below. Obviously, what we tried to do was put together a list where we had people who had made lots of appearances for the club and obviously hadn't broken into the England team. But if I've missed anyone out, please let me know. Please put in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Wash your hands. Stay safe. Get your jab appointments. Come on, you irons, and I'll speak to you very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Thanks. Bye-bye.